So this video is sponsored by me. If you get to the end and you like what you see, watch some of my other videos and hit that subscribe button, because the game on YouTube is subscriptions, and if you subscribe, it'll make my day, and it's something you can do to help me out, and it costs you nothing. So now back to our regularly scheduled program, and thank you so much. Hey there everybody, how's it going? Nice to see you again. Thanks for tuning in. So camera prices are going up, and not for the reasons that people in the United States think they are, or some people. I'm neither for nor against tariffs. I take a wait and see approach. We'll see what happens, right? But I do know for a fact, because I've experienced it and lived it, that the prices of everything have gone up in the last 4 or 5 years. I think everybody can agree with that. I don't care what side of the spectrum you're at or on. And I mean, gold in the past 2 years, the spot price of an ounce of gold in the past 2 years has doubled. It's gone from $1,500 an ounce US dollars to $3,000 US dollars. Actually, it's up to like 3,400 US dollars an ounce now. Okay. Does that mean that the price of gold has gone up, or does that mean the value of the dollar has gone down? I believe that the value of the US dollar has gone down. And the reason I feel that way, or think that way, is because you can't print 6 or 8 or 10 trillion US dollars and expect the value of one of them not to be devalued. I think that's pretty sound logic, okay? So I go to the grocery store and I buy groceries, and the groceries that used to cost me 30 bucks or 50 bucks 2-3 years ago now cost me 150 bucks. So there's been a 3 times increase at least in the overall cost of my grocery cart. Now, I didn't start buying like gourmet crap. I buy the same stuff I always buy, or I've been buying for the last 5 years or 10 years. So, you know, the prices have doubled, okay? And the thing you need to, or tripled. And the thing you need to understand is, if the value of each dollar you have has devalued by 50 or 70%, well, prices are going to go up, okay? And the tariffs, it's going to take longer than 2 months or 4 months for the tariffs to have any effect at all. We've seen what? There was like a 5% increase in like some of the Sigma lenses, the Tamron lenses, the Sony lenses. Yeah, the ones made in China particularly. Tariffs have had the effect of causing Fuji to make their cameras, some of their cameras now in Japan instead of China. And people are like, well, they just badge engineered it. They just put a different sticker on it. That's a very ignorant comment. You don't understand. Like, in order for a big corporation to put a sticker that's or in order for a big corporation to declare on the box and on the product made in a particular country, there are rules for that. And if big corporations violate those rules, there are penalties for that. And big corporations aren't going to take that risk, okay? Particularly with the Fuji X-T5s I just got. Like, the boxes are printed, they say made in Japan. So they've been, you know, they've had 4 or 5 months to, you know, the tariffs came out in February, March, April, May, June, July. They've had 4 months to, you know, judge the way the wind's blowing. And they already had the manufacturing facilities in Japan. They printed up some boxes, they shifted the production to Japan. No big deal. I mean, so and it's not hard to believe that they're manufacturing the X-T5s in Japan. They've manufactured X-T4s there, and X-T3s and X-T2s, X Pro 3s. They have the line there. All they had to do was turn it back on, okay? So it's not badge engineering, all right? You know, unless you've got proof that Fuji is being fraudulent and they're taking cameras made in China, manufactured in China, and sticking made in Japan labels on them, just shut up. Don't be ignorant, okay? Okay, tough love there. So I have been thinking way before President Trump got reelected and way before he decided to put tariffs on everybody. I thought at least 2 years ago, when I saw the grocery prices double and triple, I said, you know what? Cameras are going to go up in price. And we're starting to see that now. And the way I'm seeing it is the way I think that they're doing it, the camera companies are raising the prices, is when new models come out, they're at much higher prices. Okay. The two examples I'll give you are the XE5. The XE5, you know, in the current, with the current old cameras, like by old, I mean the ones that have been out for 2 or 3 years that haven't been replaced yet, X-T5, XH2, and I'm just saying Fuji, and Sony, it could be the X, or what, not the X, Sony doesn't make an X. The Sony Alpha 7 3S3, I think it is. You know, let's stick with Fuji. I'm much more comfortable with their product line. When the XE5 is announced and it comes out at $1,700, right? The last XE4 was what, $1,200? So, and there's nothing really major in the XE5 that warrants that jump. It's still an XE series camera. And what happened? Well, that's the way that they're incorporating the price increase. I believe like when the X-T6 comes out, if it and when it ever does, you're going to be looking at least $2,000, maybe $2,500. I would say it's going to be between $2,000 and maybe $2,300, something like that. And when you have a $2,300 X-T6, like then the XE5 looks like the bargain camera. But we'll see when the X-T6 comes out, right? I could easily see an X Pro 5. They're probably going to skip the 4. I could easily see an X Pro 5 coming out, you know, $3,000, $3,500. All right. Look at the X100 that came out at $1,600, $1,700. That was a jump from $1,200 from the X100 5. And now we have Sony releasing the R2D2. I don't know what the R something. It's the point and shoot fixed lens full frame. It's $5,000. Okay. Wow. That's a jump. And everybody's saying, even Fro said it, so it has to be true. Like, you got to be kidding me. There's nothing on that camera that's worth $5,000. I mean, that's getting close to A1 series money. Okay. As the new releases come out, the prices are going up. And I think right now is your golden opportunity. If you need some gear and you want to buy some gear and you're happy with the iterations that are available now, in other words, the X-T5. If the X-T5 is good enough, if there's nothing on the X-T5 you change, well, get the X-T5 now, because I think the X-T6 is going to be at least $500 more expensive when it comes out. Back to that Sony thing, you know, part of the proof for me that the tariffs have nothing to do with it is the United States is the one who put the tariffs on. Canada didn't put tariffs on anybody. And the price in Canada, the R2D2 Sony or whatever it's called, is 7,000 Canadian, which is about 5,000 US dollars. So the price, as the new cameras come out, the prices are going up everywhere, even places that don't have tariffs. Now, I'm not defending the tariffs, and I'm not defending President Trump, okay? I don't know. I don't know if tariffs are good or bad. I'll reserve judgment when we see what happens a few years from now. It might be great. It might be terrible. It might be the worst thing that ever happened. Might crash the world economy. I don't know. It might. But anyone declaring that they know has no idea what they're talking about, and they're being very political about it. Don't be a parrot. Think for yourself. So that's what I got for you today. I think I'll give you another anecdotal story. Way back in the day, brand new X Pro 1s, at the end of their life cycle, Fuji was having a clearance and they were selling brand new X Pro ones with a warranty, new in the box from B&H and Adorama for $500. And I bought one and I should have kept it. And I sold it off. That was a mistake. I would love to have had an X Pro one that I had since it was new. I think that would have been a really cool cat. That was the one I should have kept. That's the one of the ones that got away. Well, I think right now your made in Japan X-T5 at $1,700 is probably, you know, I think 5 years from now when X-T7s are selling for $4,000, you're going to look back at that X-T5 and say, oh, I wish I should have bought that. That's pure speculation on my part, and I could be completely and totally wrong. However, I will say this, if there's gear out there that you want and you know, and it's the right price and you think you can live with it for a while, get it now, because I think the prices are starting to go. And I don't think it has anything to do with tariffs. I think it has to do with the devaluation of your money, or inflation is what it's called. All right, so there it is. Again, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, mostly subscribe. It's the #1 thing you can do to help diversify the content on YouTube instead of watching the same old crap from all the people that make the same old crap. And so there it is. We'll see you out there. Have a great one. Bye.